We're ready to go.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and admit them all over. Now you can swear them in, go over their scripts, reiterate that they can't speak about the case, any details.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Yes.
I've got everybody on here. This is Savannah with JP4. We're going to go ahead and start the status hearings for this morning. The
All
judge
right.
is going to swear everyone
I can
in.
just barely hear you.
Okay. Miss Langston, do you have me on speaker?
Yeah, I have what?
Do you have it on speaker?
Yeah, no, I don't.
Okay,
I took it off.
you're gonna have to turn up your volume.
Do what?
You're gonna have to turn up your volume.
Okay, I think I've got it as high as it'll go. I don't know. This is.
Okay.
I've
Okay.
been having a lot of trouble with my phone.
Okay, Miss Langston, it's not just you in the courtroom right now. We have every plaintiff in the courtroom, so try not to interrupt. Okay, just try to listen the best you can. And
Okay, thank you.
when we call you in individually, if you have questions or if you didn't hear the judge the first time, he can go over it with you privately. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. All right, the judge is going to go ahead and swear everybody in and go over some legality information. If you can see your whole screen, you can see I don't have a whole lot of plaintiffs here, so this should go very quickly, okay?
Okay.
Judge?
Okay, thank you, Savannah. Good morning. My name is Lance.
Good morning.
And I'm Justice of the Peace here in Precinct 4. This is a status hearing on abatements. These are all cases that were filed for eviction months ago in many cases. And we are checking with you today to see if you want to proceed with the eviction. And we'll go over some of the legal aspects of proceeding after I swear everyone in. I want to caution everyone to do not tell me anything about your case. The only thing that we are seeking information on today is whether you want to proceed with the eviction after I give you some legal instruction on that.
Okay.
Everything else, anything else that you would want to say will be held until the eviction hearing. So do not tell me anything. Do not discuss anything about the eviction itself, only if you want to proceed. If you have questions, we can discuss that. But again, remember that the questions do not revolve around specifics of the case, just the legality of proceeding with the eviction hearing itself. Okay, if everyone who will be talking to me this morning will raise your right hand to be sworn in. You solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
I do.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put everybody back over in the waiting room, and we're going to go one by one as quickly as possible.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Judge. The first one that we have is case number 260. It's Terry Ewings. So the very first one, the 255. I guess she had DWAP that one, and she came and got another judgment at another time. So we're not doing the Jana Saunders.
Okay.
So go to the second page, Terry Ewings against Anthony Rodriguez.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and admit them in. Mr. Ewings, can you hear me? Go ahead and unmute yourself, please. Thank you. Can you hear us okay? Hello?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Judge?
Good morning, Mr. Ewing.
Good morning.
On the case of Anthony, seeking to evict Anthony Rodriguez and Lacey Rodriguez, 625-260. This is a status hearing on that. And we are checking to see if you want to proceed with this eviction at this time.
Yes.
You would like to proceed. Okay. Let me just give you a little bit of, well, a couple of warnings, obviously. Nothing has changed concerning the CARES Act. So obviously, even though an affidavit does not have to be filed on that, the CARES Act still applies. So if it's a covered dwelling, that means a federal mortgage or any type of federal aid, then of course that has to be considered. Also, if it's, these are rental cases, so the FHA does not enter into it. But since we are dealing with the CDC moratorium, if you want to reschedule this, our next date is, of course, July 7th, which will be after the CDC moratorium expires. And we obviously, if it is extended, then you may want to reconsider at that time. We could extend the abatement for a longer period if the CDC moratorium is is still in force in July. It is set to expire June 30th. And of course, we have nothing to do with that anymore. That is between you and the tenant and the federal authorities if they want to pursue anything, if someone wants to prove that they really are still covered by the CDC moratorium. So based on that, do you want to proceed with an eviction hearing on July 7th?
Yes.
Okay, then I am marking that down. We will be going back to in-person hearings in July. And so July 7th, I think, will be our first in-person hearing. So things will be getting back a lot more towards normal. We're looking forward to that. So I am marking that. You still will have the option to do it by Zoom, to do it by remote. But of course, I think most folks, most of us prefer if you would do it in person.
And that'll all be scheduled at a later time.
That, yes, that is scheduled. It is July 7th. That's a Tuesday. That's at 9 a.m. And you will be receiving notices on that.
Okay.
Okay. Then let's see. We're ready for the next case. Thank you.
So as far as the evidence that I've presented, do we need to resubmit that at that time again, or will all that just transfer over?
You can bring it with you to the hearing because, like you said, it will be an in-person hearing. But I will scan that into the case since you've already sent it in.
Okay. Since we've done evidence
Sure.
3 times now, I just wondered if all of it would come together or.
Yeah, because anything that you've already submitted in the past has already been added to the case because I scan it in when you send it in. The one that you sent me yesterday, I will scan that in today.
Okay.
And so it will be there, but if you want to bring your paper copies when you come to court, you're more than welcome.
Okay.
Okay, any further questions?
Not at this time.
All right, thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
Okay, the next one. So Lubbock 5540 19th Street apartments did not show today. 271, 272, and 273.
Okay. No show, no show, no show.
And so we're going to skip over to, so this one's going to be a little different because he's got a couple of cases that weren't filed together. So we'll do the WPG Estate Trust against Daisy Brazil.
Okay.
And then he also has case number 353. It's GST against Kimberly Trent.
And it's a little bit further down the list then.
It is. I don't know why it printed that way. So you can just pull that paper out.
Yeah, what was that? 353?
Mhm.
Okay. And then was
Got
there
it?
another one?
353 and 276.
Okay, 2 cases. Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
All right, let me. Good morning, Paul. Can you hear me? Can you unmute yourself, please?
Can you hear me now?
I can. I've got you on with the judge. He's going to go over both of your cases with you, okay?
Yes. Good morning, Judge.
Good morning, Paul. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear that. This, of course, is just a status hearing, so we won't be hearing anything about the case.
No problem.
On 276, the last 3 digits, that's Daisy, seeking to evict Daisy Brazil.
Yes.
What, do you want to proceed with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then just a couple of cautions here, of course. The CD moratorium is still in place. CDC moratorium is still in place until June 30th.
Okay.
Texas courts are not involved in that, but there is still the potential of federal involvement, and of course there are civil and criminal penalties. You know, if someone is evicted and is actually covered by that. We haven't heard of anything going on with that, and Texas courts will not be involved with that. But one thing about this is that our next hearing, if you want to reschedule, would be July 7th, which would be after the expiration of June 30th. And unless that is renewed, then of course, if it's renewed, then you would have the option on July 7th of continuing the abatement. If if not, of course, if you feel that you have evidence that shows that the person is not covered, then you may want to proceed with that, even if the CDC moratorium is extended. So based on that information, the July 7th hearing, that's a Tuesday, 9 a.m. Do you want to proceed with this case?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then I am marking this down, and we are going back to in-person hearings. I think July 7th will be our first in-person hearing. And so we will be back that. You still will have the option of doing it remotely if you choose to. But we are trying to get back to as close to normal as we possibly can. And I'm sure you'd like to do that too.
I'll be honest, I really halfway like the Zoom meetings because it allows me to continue doing whatever I need to do. And I mean, worst come to worst, I can even do it on my phone in my car. So I'm not opposed to continuing the Zoom meetings. It's a pain in the tail to come down there and sit on the uncomfortable benches.
It is, and there are some advantages to that. Obviously, it's a lot faster for us. You may have to sit on hold a long time, doing the Zoom, because I think we'll do the in-person first and then go to the Zoom afterwards. So again, it's your choice. But
yeah, I'll probably be there just because I want to get this. I'd like to, I don't want there to be any questions, and I'd like to be able to give you hard copies of documents if you need them.
Right, exactly, and that would be helpful. That's always helpful. Okay, then you're scheduled for July 7th, 9 a.m. And on that case, then we go to the next one. It's 353, and that's you're seeking to evict Kimberly Ann Trent. Same things apply there. Do you want to proceed with this on July 7th?
She's already vacated the property.
I see.
And so I'm really wondering what the benefit of me doing that is.
The only thing that would be a judgment against her for any back rent that's owed. And
then let's go ahead and proceed with it as well.
Okay. Then I am marking that everything that I told you before applies there.
Okay.
And I am signing that, so it will be scheduled again for July 7th, 2021, 9 a.m. That's a Tuesday. And again, that's in person. You'll be here for the first one, so that shouldn't be a problem.
Okay. Will we get additional paperwork? Will Savannah send us out anything or email us?
Yes.
Sorry.
Absolutely not. No, I'm just kidding. Yes, I will. If you wanna shoot me over an email on that,
On the one
Barbie
we're
Camacho.
dismissing?
Mhm. If
Yeah.
you want to shoot me over an email on Barbie Camacho, I will respond with the signed order from the judge today. But the court date is set July 7th at 9 a.m. and your defendants will be getting served by the constable again.
Okay,
And then, of course,
fantastic.
we can amend any amounts during court.
Yeah, well,
And
there's,
yes, we're going to in-person court. Please,
okay.
please.
Yeah.
All right. Anything further on these two cases, Judge?
No, I think we're done with that. Thank you.
All right.
Okay,
Well, you have a
thanks,
great
Judge.
day.
Thank you, Savannah.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Paul.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
All right. So those are done. All right. We've got Windover Apartments, case number 316. So Astonished Ventures, the
Uh-huh.
case in Nava did not show.
Okay, so no show.
No show on that one. Sorry,
No.
I'll go in order like that. That makes it easier.
That sounds good.
The Windover Apartments,
Uh-huh.
I've got her. I've got April. April is
Okay.
representing Windover Apartments. Hello, April. Can you hear us okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're on with the judge.
Thank you.
Good morning, April.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you doing?
I'm well. Thank you.
Okay, this is a hearing. Do you want to proceed with the case against Stacy Elliott?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then again, I'll just mention the potential gotchas, obviously. Have you attempted in any way to deal with the Texas eviction diversion program with this
Yes, sir.
tenant?
Yes, sir.
And nothing proceeded there. Nothing happened.
I gave him the paperwork. Let me look at the exact date on here. Let me scroll down because I make copies of everything just for my protection as well. On March the 16th.
Okay.
And I contacted.
Okay. Actually, that's fine.
Okay.
Really, it's just these are just bullet points essentially to let me know if you have been pursuing anything on that. If you've reached an impasse, then that's fine, and you want to proceed with the eviction, that's fine. Remember that everything still applies under the CARES Act. So if there's any federal subsidy of any sort involved here, either a federal mortgage or federal payments that have been made on behalf of the tenant, then that has to be considered. The CDC moratorium is set to expire on June 30th. So we are scheduling this for July 7th, which should be after that. However, there's always the possibility that they do extend that. Texas courts have nothing to do with that. If it is extended and you want to put it on hold for a little longer, you can do that on July 7th. If it's expired, then we would proceed as normally with the eviction on July 7th.
Okay.
So you want to proceed with the eviction then?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We are going back to in-person hearings, and July 7th, I think, will be our first time to do that. And you will still have the option to do it by Zoom, but we would certainly prefer, and I think most people would probably prefer to do it in person. Cuts down, it actually makes it a lot faster for all of us.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then we're set for July 7th, 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
I think that's a Tuesday.
In April, I'll email you over the order that the judge signed today.
Okay. So I have a question.
And it will be
Yes.
in-person court, no more Zoom.
Yes, ma'am, go ahead. April?
Okay, so I'm the one doing his hearing cases. Should I be present for that, or can I pass it on to another manager?
I'm sorry, it broke up a little bit there at the beginning. Repeat that again, please.
So since I've been doing all of his hearings, do you want me there, or can I pass it on to another manager?
It's
That's
fine. It's fine. Whoever has the authority to represent
Okay.
Wendover Arms would be fine.
Okay.
So yes, you can do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate
Have a
it.
good day.
Have a good day. Bye.
Thank you, Savannah.
You're welcome.
See you soon.
Okay. I'm surprised because she's so fed up with that case. You know what I mean? But she's so polite about it. The next case is case number 335, Coronado Crossing against Dorothy Taylor.
Okay.
And I've got Melissa Rains, who's representing Coronado Crossing.
Okay.
Melissa, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. She got a little static today, Judge, but we can hear her really good. And
Okay.
now to the judge.
Good morning, Melissa.
Morning. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks. How are you doing?
I'm great. Thank you.
This is, of course, just a follow-up hearing, so don't tell me anything about the case itself. Do you want to proceed with this eviction?
No, sir, we'll be dismissing this one.
Dismissing, okay. So this is Dorothy Taylor. Is
Yes,
that
sir.
correct? Okay. So Dorothy Taylor and dismissed on request of the plaintiff.
Yes.
Okay. And we are done with that. Do we have any other cases with you, ma'am?
No, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much for showing this morning.
No, thank you. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Did you make her aware of when the next court date is, Judge? I missed it. I'm sorry.
No, we dismissed. She dismissed that.
Oh, she's dismissing. Okay, perfect. Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Thanks.
I wish she would have told me that earlier, but that's fine. No, okay, the next one is the landing with Shanika Taylor. They
Okay.
did not show. There's an issue with this one, however. I think they came and refiled on her and got a judgment.
Okay, I think I remember.
That has happened a couple of times. And I've tried to tell them that, I go over like what the charges that they could ensue federally, like civil and criminal and everything. But I mean, I don't know. Some of them have been really sneaky and I haven't caught it until.
Okay, yeah. They came, I think that's right. She came and it was for non-payment the first time, but then she changed it, refiled, and it wasn't for non-payment the second time. So,
Yeah, so they also changed ownership. So I think there was files that weren't complete and things that didn't transfer over. So I think there was a lot of issues there. But that one is a no-show today. I'll send them another status hearing before we dismiss.
Okay.
And then we already did the 353. Okay, so you should have 355.
We have 352.
Oh, sorry, that one's dismissed. He dismissed that one. Paul dismissed that one. He's going to send me a dismissal on that one.
So dismissed. I just write dismissed on it then.
Yep. Yeah, there's a box on there that if the plaintiff chooses to dismiss. There you go. There's
I marked that.
Uh-huh.
I marked that beside it. Okay.
And then we did the GST against Kimberly Trent already, the 353. So then you have 355.
Yes.
Okay, that one is a no-show.
No show. Okay.
And then the next one is Marty Ramsey,
Uh-huh.
case number 360.
Right.
And they are here. Ms. Ramsey, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Thank you.
Okay, I have you on with the judge.
Thank you.
Good morning, Marty.
Good morning, sir.
This case is against seeking to evict Robert Zavala Jr. Is that correct?
It is.
Okay. And do you want to proceed with this?
I do want to proceed.
You do want to proceed. Okay. Then here are a couple of the gotchas, just to let you know. Of course, have you pursued the Texas Eviction Diversion Program to see if that will apply to this tenant? Did you seek any aid through the Texas Eviction Diversion Program?
I'm sorry, you're speaking to me?
Yes, Marty.
No, I did not. I did not.
Okay, and the tenant has, didn't initiate anything with that. But they
They
did,
did not.
but they did file a CDC moratorium.
Yes.
Okay. Remember that the CDC declaration still applies through June 30th. Texas courts are not involved in it, but it still could be literally a federal case. And so that is something to consider. We are scheduling right now for July 7th,
Okay.
which would be after the June 30th unless it's extended. And
Okay.
so do you want to proceed with an eviction hearing then on July 7th?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then I am marking that down. We're going back to in-person, and
Good.
so that will be, thank you. We like that too, getting back more to normal. And so that will be at 9 a.m. on Tuesday, July 7th.
Okay, I have that down.
Okay, thank you very much. And
Thank you, Judge.
yes, you're welcome. Bye-bye now.
Goodbye.
Okay, next one we have, you probably showed James Moten. Or no, I think I already gave you a dismissal on that one.
Let's see, the next one I have is 357.
Okay, perfect. That's the next one. So I've got Miss Sonia Wright representing Bentwood Apartment. She represents Nationwide Evictions. It sends in several of them.
Oh, okay.
Miss Sonia, can you hear me okay?
You're muted, ma'am.
There we go.
There
All
we
right, you're
go.
on with the judge.
Sonia, you are representing Brentwood Apartments and seeking to evict Jason Santana and Adriana Trevino.
Not any honor. We would like to dismiss this case.
You would like to dismiss this one, okay?
Yes, sir.
I will mark that then. Okay. That one is dismissed. Do we have another one that you are representing?
No,
Oh,
Your
that's
Honor.
right. The
Okay.
Jason Santana was dismissed?
Yes, dismissed.
Yes.
Oh, okay,
I spoke to the manager this morning.
Okay.
perfect. Then that's all she had today.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you. Bye-bye now.
Okay, next one, you have 372,
Right.
no show.
No show. Okay.
And then you have 380 and 381. Those are no shows also.
Okay. Okay.
And then your next one should be 397. Where did everybody go? What happened? Everybody left.
Oh, no.
Let me unlock the meeting so they can get back in. What? I had two other people on there.
It's not good.
No, and one of them was Lubbock Properties. She's elderly and she has a hard time hearing and she has a hard time understanding this eviction stuff. I wish she had kids that could help her out or something because.
Hmm.
There we go. There she is. All right,
Okay.
there they are. All right, let me admit Bryce Thompson, Tyler Bryce Thompson evicting. It should be case number 397. Is that what you have?
Yes, 397.
Minister Thompson? I will let him connect to audio. Can you hear me?
Yes, sorry. I just got kicked out of the call.
I know. I don't know what happened. It kicked you and the other person out too. And I was like, well, that's weird. So I unlocked it to let you guys back in for a minute.
Okay.
All right. So you're on with the judge regarding your eviction case against Teresa Robertson. Like I said, you can't go over any details of the case, like money she owes or anything like that. But if you have any questions regarding the legality stuff of pursuing the eviction, feel free to ask.
Good morning, Mr. Thompson.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you. How are you doing?
Doing all right.
This, you are seeking to evict Teresa Robertson, and this was previously abated. Do you want to pursue this case? Do you want to proceed with the eviction?
I guess I need a little clarity on the CDC.
Okay.
You know, it ends in June.
It ends June 30th as of what we know now. Obviously, the previous 2 times that it was scheduled to expire, they extended it. If you were going to Las Vegas, the betting is against them extending it this time, but that doesn't mean that it can't be done. Here's what we are doing. If we are asking for the next date that we have is July 7th, which would be after the June 30th expiration date. If you want to proceed with this, we can reschedule it for July 7th. And then you would have the option at that point in time, if the CDC declaration was extended, then you would again have the choice to abate that, to continue the abatement if you desire. What has changed is that Texas courts are no longer involved with the CDC. However, that doesn't mean that the federal courts aren't involved. And so that's always a potential situation. If you feel confident that the individual is truly not a COVID victim, then, and you feel like you have sufficient evidence, then that you could win in a federal court on that, then, you know, proceeding with the eviction, even if it's extended, would be fine. As of now, with the CDC eviction stopping June 30th, then this July 7th date would, our evictions would proceed just as normal.
Okay. I think I do want to do that, be on the July 7th. And if they extend it and I tried to evict her, is that through y'all's court or is that through a different court?
No, it would, if you proceed with the eviction, even if the CDC moratorium is extended, then you would not deal, we would evict. And then if federal authorities wanted to make a case out of that, they could, but that would not come to any Texas court.
So that would basically be the tenant deciding to take legal action.
Yeah, if the tenant, you know, filed a case with the feds and the feds chose to take that case, then that is how it would proceed from there. So as I said, you know, we can schedule it for July 7th, and then if the CDC moratorium expires, things proceed just normally. If the CDC moratorium is extended, then you have the choice. If you feel that you have good evidence that that person should not have been covered by the CDC moratorium, and you want to take that, you know, you feel that you could win that in a federal court, then you're fine to proceed with the eviction at that point, even if the CDC declaration is continued.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. Yeah, I think I'm good to proceed on July 7th.
Okay. 2 things that I would remind you about, of course, are the, have you sought to work with the tenant on the Texas eviction diversion program to see if you could get any payments for previous months?
Yes. Can we talk about it?
We can talk about it. Just yes, go ahead. And
yes,
I'll cut you off if we get into too much detail. But
I just got a check for the rent assistance.
Oh,
like
you did?
a couple days ago.
Oh, you did. Okay, but you are still wanting to proceed with the eviction in spite of having gotten that?
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, you know, when the CDC thing goes away, I can evict for any reason. I mean, we're not under contract. I mean, there's no lease or anything.
Oh, I see. Based on that, yes, you could proceed. What we will do then is I'll set this for July 7th, and we'll actually hear everything at that point. I'll probably ask you some of the same questions again, and we'll clarify everything, and we'll get all the details at that point in time.
Yeah, and I'll also know on July 7th, and tell me again if I'm saying too much. By July 7th, I'll know if she's going to pay July's rent. And
Right.
I'm assuming that she will not, you know, because I don't think she'll ever pay me rent again. but
Okay. Then based on that, again, we don't know exactly if the CDC moratorium will be extended or not. Chances are it won't, but who can say? So,
okay.
okay. So then you would like to proceed with the eviction hearing on July 7th. We are going back to in-person hearings. July 7th will be our first one. And so hopefully we're getting back to normal. We'll see.
Okay.
I'm sure you would prefer that,
Yes.
being able to evict when someone doesn't pay, as we have in the past. Okay, then we are set July 7th, 9 a.m. That's a Tuesday.
Thank you very much.
And I will email you the signed order from the judge.
Okay. Thank y'all.
You're welcome. What's your name?
Just the wrong information on here.
Okay, so you've got a few of them, Judge, that are no-shows. You've got Toledo Court, 401,
Okay.
Kennedy Ridge, 403 and 404.
403 and 404.
Tell me if I'm going too fast. 405, Tay Nguyen,
405. Okay.
and Lisa Velasquez, 408.
408.
Those are all no-shows.
Okay.
Next one, you should have 412.
Yes, I do.
Gabriel Ortiz is a no-show.
Okay.
And then our last two, 417 and 418, is Lubbock Properties. Her name is Marie Langston. If you want to make a note of that, I didn't get to rename her when she came back in.
Okay.
Marie Langston.
Marie Langston.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and bring her over. So now she was one of those, she made, like I said, she's elderly. She came in the other day and she filed on the Johnny Freeman. She tried to file again, so I told her we're refunding her her money and she has to come pick that up. She's very confused on how all of this is going.
Okay.
So, and she's kind of hard of hearing.
Okay.
I think she's having some phone issues. Miss Langston, can you hear me? Miss Langston, if you can press *6 on your phone, press *6, and it will unmute you. Miss Langston? Press *6. Dial *6 on your phone and it will unmute so we can hear you.
Okay, does that work?
Yep, now I can hear you. Can you hear us okay?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I have you on with the judge. The first case that he's going to go over with you is Johnny Freeman. I did have a question for you really quick about the one that you filed the other day that I told you we're going to refund your money.
Yes.
Do we make the check out to Lubbock Properties?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Okay. We'll do that. We'll make the check out to Lubbock Properties and you can come get that at any time today, okay?
Okay. Y'all are going to send that to me?
No, do you want me to mail it to you?
Well, that or I'll come down, whichever one y'all want me to do.
It is completely up to you.
Well, I'll just come down and get it.
Okay. Okay. Right now, he's going to go over the open eviction case that you currently have for Johnny Freeman, the one that you filed last year. And then
Yes.
he's going to go over the one that you filed against James Rogers last year.
Okay.
Good morning, Miss Langston.
Good morning.
Great. You can hear me then? That's good.
Yes.
We are looking at the case Lubbock Properties versus Johnny Freeman, seeking to evict Johnny Freeman, that was filed last year and was abated, which means it was stayed or continued until we could get to the end of the CDC moratorium. Are you wanting to proceed with this case?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. And let me give you a couple of a little bit of legal information here concerning this. We're going to schedule this for July 7th at 9 a.m., our regular eviction time. And that will be after the CDC moratorium expires. There is the possibility that the CDC moratorium would be extended. If the CDC moratorium was extended, we still could proceed with the eviction on your request on July 7th, but I would caution you that there would still be the potential of a federal case being brought against you, either civil or criminal, on that. And so you would need to have very good evidence that the CDC moratorium did not apply to this tenant. So based on that, we can go ahead and set the hearing for July 7th. If the CDC moratorium should be extended, then we could continue this case again. If you want to proceed with the case, no matter what, July 7th, we can do that. So it is your desire that we continue with this case on July 7th. Is that correct?
It is.
Okay. Then we will have in-person hearings again on July 7th. And so I think that will be a little bit easier for all of us than having to deal with the technology issues. Remember that the CARES Act still applies. So you filed an affidavit initially with this saying that the CARES Act did not apply to this property. And if that has changed, then of course I will be asking you that question again on July 7th. And do you have any other questions about this case?
Well, I don't understand why we didn't finish it today. So, of course, grandma's hard of hearing, but why did you extend it to July 7th?
Well, a couple of reasons. One, this is simply a status hearing, which means that we have to reschedule the actual eviction. We ask if you want to proceed with it at this hearing, and that's all we're asking about today.
Well, I want that eviction that was shut down, that was pending.
Right.
That's the one I want. That's what I wanted to use, and
Right.
I didn't know about that until I already filed for that other one because I want the man out.
Right, I understand. And we will hear that case on July 7th then, and hopefully that CDC moratorium will be in the past completely at that point.
Okay. Do
Okay?
I have to come back down there and get any information?
No,
Or y'all gonna call me or what?
yes, we'll send the information out to you.
When you come pick up the check, I'll give you the papers from today.
Okay.
Okay. Now you have one other case against James Rogers.
Yes.
And the same things apply in this case. This was previously abated because of the CDC moratorium having been filed. And are you wanting to proceed with this case on July 7th also?
Yes.
Okay, then I am marking this. It is set for trial on July 7th at 9 a.m. This is an in-person hearing and signing that. Everything that I said about the previous case applies, of course, to this case. And so we will be asking these questions again. We may have some additional guidance by then. And so we'll proceed hopefully as we used to on July 7th.
All right. So I'm to call y'all on July the 7th, about 9 o'clock.
Yeah, actually, we're doing it in person. Yeah, it'll actually show up at our court in person on July 7th.
I come to the courthouse on July the 7th?
Yes, come to the courthouse to our courtroom on July 7th.
Okay,
Okay?
all right.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. You have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye now.
That's it.
Okay, good. I have all this stuff.